What's cracking lacking with everybody on this Friday? On this Freaky Friday? You already know what's cracking. We at work. Lunch break. Just chilling, trying to chop it up with people, seeing what's up. What's people getting themselves into on this Friday. As you guys could probably hear, so you hear a lot of sirens on this side. Like, damn, so early? I swear, I think I hear like sirens in all my lives in the background. No lie. What's good, my boy? What's cracking lacking? He said, "La buena vida, homie." Oh, what's good, low key? What's cracking lacking with you, my boy? What you up to on this Friday? Ain't got no job. Ain't got shit to do. To get high. To get fucked up. Come here, said Smokey. In your recent video, are you able to tell who your real subscribers and who are just trolls? Yeah, I'm always able to tell who are subscribers and who are trolls. I'm always and trolls are good too, right? Because even there's sometimes that there'll be trolls, right, that will diss you, but that's the same troll that's always complimenting you. Like you'll have a troll who's like buddy with you, right? But that will be the same troll that be talking shit about you just in a different account. And the reason you can always tell that there's the same people is because look, everybody has a character to us, right? Like as individuals, right? It's our persona, right? And no matter how much you want to change about yourself, right, to try to play a different persona, you're not going to be able to change everything. And one of the things that people don't change is the way that they write, you know, like the words that they use, right? The words that they use and how they use the words. And, you know, somebody who knows what to look for could match that up. Like this person is writing just exactly like this person, word by word. They're even using the same slang in the same places. You know what I mean? So you're able to tell who's who, right? I just go along with it, though. Like I'm always able to break down like, okay, this is the same person that's on this account and this account, right? Because just going based off of just overall their persona, why they like how they write and what words they use. Because us, like I said, we're all unique in that way, right? It's a pattern. That's how like detectives and, you know, forensic, and that's how they're able to catch the bad guys, the criminals, right? Because even though they changed, you know, their name and now they take on a new image and stuff like that, they're always able to find them, bro. Because no matter how much you want to change about yourself, you're not able to change everything, right? They're habits of yourself, right? It's your fingerprints of your persona, right? They're just habits that you're just not able to break. You know, one of the things, you know, that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, because it's true. The older you are, the harder it is for you to learn new things, right? You're already so used to doing what you're used to doing, right? That, you know, it's like, for example, you're right-handed, right? Okay, and now you start throwing with your left hand and catching with your left hand, right? You're trying to get yourself used to being left-handed. And let's say you do it for like 3 years straight, right? Bam! So now you're a lefty. Now you're good with your left. If I throw something at you unexpectedly without you like knowing that I'm throwing it at you, you're gonna catch it with your right hand. Even though, you know, you've been doing everything with your left, you're just gonna react using your right, though. That's why it's so important of how we teach people when they're younger, right? Because once they get older, it's going to be hard for them to break those bad behaviors. That's why when people are older, they still have like short temper or they maybe have like some issues that are like immature. Like it's so immature, right? Like, damn, you know how people always say, grow up. That's the reason for it, bro. Because once they are stuck with those habits, it's hard for them to rewrite and program themselves. And that's anybody in the world. That's why it's so crucial and important to be a parent and show these people when they're younger, because once they're older, it's going to be very difficult, bro. Very difficult. You know, it takes years of therapy. And not even with that is, you know, a guaranteed success. Sorry as hell. A snowstorm, another one? Nah, but see, trolls are not two-faced on YouTube. See, the thing is that with a troll is that they're on a mission, bro. Like they're looking to get this person out of character, right? And if they have to use these tactics in order to prove their case, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, right? Because they know deep down inside that this person is, and if nobody else is gonna do it, they take it upon themselves, right? Can't be mad at them for seeking out the truth. You know what I mean? Like I can't be mad because they were trying to bring out the truth out, right? Because they see because believe it or not, they tend to do this shit to scandalous people, like people that they know that are scandalous. Like they're not gonna do it to somebody who's like a toda madre, you know? They like to do it to the people that they know, nah, this person's not who he says he is, you know? They do it to them kind of people. Because you gotta admit, a lot of content creators too, they come on here and they like to throw their weight around on people, right? They try to like threaten people and talk down on somebody, like if they're nobodies and they're somebody's because they have a channel. Like I'm nobody better than any of my subscribers, bro. I'm in the equal level as all my subscribers. I don't think I'm better than somebody because I have views and shit like that, bro. Like if that's supposed to mean something or something, that makes me high and mighty, that don't mean shit, bro. You know? But some people really act like if their shit don't stink, they act like they really salsas, homie. Yeah, you can always tell by personalities, bro. You know what I mean? Fun fact, there's been a few times that trolls that they have hit me up in my email and then they be telling me like, how did you know I was that other account? Like they just like, they're curious to know like, how was I able to tell? And then I just tell them and then they're like, what the hell? Believe it or not, I actually have, became pretty cool with some of the trolls that used to troll me. That's only because I took the time to actually read what they were saying and why they were putting what they were putting in, and doing it the way they were doing it. You know what I mean? I like to, like, when somebody's trolling, instead of me being like, fuck you, puto, like, me, I like to get an understanding, like, why do they feel that? So I get them to start talking now, right? Like, I, interact with them because I'm trying to see why they think the way they think. Like, it interests me. Like, why is this person behaving the way he's behaving? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't help but to be interested in that. Like, because there's a reason of why people do what they do and why they think the way they think, right? And it just intrigues me. Getting, because with just basic conversation, like just, like regular conversation, you're able to tell a lot by somebody. Just in the words that they use, how they use them, will tell you, even if they don't say anything at all, bro, their posture, their face expression will tell you a lot about an individual. That's the reason why cops leave you detectives, they leave you in a fucking room for, watching you in the cameras for like hours, bro. They're trying to see your body movements, your body language, bro, because they will say a lot, bro, if a person's guilty or not guilty. That's something that people can't control, bro. Like, people don't even realize that they start stemming, right? Stemming is when you start doing like when you you fiddle with your leg, or you start tapping or biting your fingernails, or you start raising your eye. But people start doing shit like that, and they don't even realize that they're doing stuff like that. It's a nervous mechanism that our brain has. It's done to comfort you, right? Like, your brain feels like it's in a state of like distress, right? Like stress, pressure, right? So it does that in order to smooth you, in order to calm you down, in order for you to relax. So people don't even realize that they start doing the shit that they do until people point it out, or they watch it later like, oh shit, I didn't even know I was doing that. That's how people say I could spot their poker face. That's what that means. Because it's really hard for someone to keep their emotions on check, bro. Like, that's something that's very difficult to do. Very few can do it. Like, psychopaths and like sociopaths are probably some of the few that could do it, right? Like, they literally could control their, well, not fully, but more than the norm, right? No more than the ordinary person, right? Like a psychopath, like, because a psychopath, he can't feel nothing. He doesn't feel no emotions. He doesn't even know what emotions are, right? Like, sadness, happiness, love, and all that. He doesn't know how to, none of that feels like. They have something, wrong with their brain, right? Just that emotional part of their brain is just non-existent. It's kind of, if you really think about it, it's kind of a sad way to live. Like, you don't know what joy feels like, or love, or even like nothing. Like, you don't know, like, to you, it's all the same. Like, like, to them, like, when you see them interviewing like some serial killers that are psychopaths, right? They never understood why people would cry when one of their family members would get killed. Like, they didn't understand, like, why are they crying for? Like, Like, they didn't understand why people would cry for their loved ones. Can you believe that, bro? That's crazy, bro. Like, they didn't understand why people would care and cry over their loved ones, bro. That's fucking insane, bro. And they weren't fucking around. That shit was not it wasn't an act or a gimmick. Being that serious, bro. And that's one of the things that frustrated a lot of them. That why the fuck can't I care? Why am I so different than everybody? Like, why do I lack all of that shit? They're literally trying to figure themselves with every kill, bro. They're just doing it in their own sick, twisted way. It's fucking crazy. But it intrigues me, though. Shovel the driveway. You know what? I have a homie, right? Right now he's a trucker, right? So right now he's in a fucking I don't know where the hell he's at, right? He's somewhere in where there's snow, right? But he stopped by one of his cousin's pads, and he's like, "Damn, fool, look what these fools have to deal with over here." And that fool's car was underneath snow, and I'm just like, "What the fuck?" You could just see the roof of it. I'm like, "No mames." Like, that fool's car is literally buried in snow. That's fucked up. It's hard for me to teach my jefe anything I know because he's not used to how these. Yeah, you know, when somebody's kind of like an older person, bro, I'm not gonna want to. I don't want to say that there's no hope for somebody out there, right? I don't want to say that, right? But the chances of an individual changing the way that they are when they're already older, bro, is slim to none, bro. You know. Obviously, you always want to be, you know, optimistic, and you always want to have faith, and, you know, but 9 times out of 10, bro, they normally don't change the way that they are once they're older already. You know what I mean? Not saying it's impossible, right? But very hard. Like me, like, as much as, you know, I could educate myself, seek therapy, and, you know, try to understand and fix myself, right? Whenever I'm in person, right, when me and my girl, we go out and eat, and somebody, you know, says something or a confrontation happen, I can't help but to react the way I react, bro. And even with that, you know, everything that I know, like, it's not really worth it. And what I can't help but to snap, and all hell breaks loose. And then, you know, after I'm like, fuck, dude, like, that, why the fuck did I have to, you know? Like, why did I have to let that shit get to me? You know? But I'm not losing hope in myself, right? I want to believe that, you know, I could change that about me. I could fix that. Well, I want to hope. But we can only try, right? Crazy how the brain works. It is, bro. It's fascinating how the brain works, bro. It's the most powerful thing you own, and at the same time, the most sensitive thing you own, bro. Because your brain is that powerful. Your brain could make you hear things. It could make you hallucinate. It could make a lot of shit, right? It's so powerful like that. But at the same time, it's so weak that it could be easily manipulated and corrosed and groomed. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's so strong, and at the same time has so much flaws to it, right? It's a trip, bro. And your brain's always working, right? Like, people always think that they could control their thought, but the thing is that your brain's already thinking and processing information without even you realizing it. That's why when people look, the brain cannot create new images that you haven't seen, right? Whether it's in a movie, a poster, a book, whatever, right? And people's faces, right? So when you're dreaming and you're like, I was dreaming about this person, and like, I never seen that person. You have seen that person because the brain can't create new images. You just didn't notice that you paid attention to that person. You know what I mean? But your brain was, your brain literally stores stuff, right? So your brain is capturing things without even you realizing it. That's why people, when they're dreaming of all these weird places and everything, because you've seen it somewhere, whether a book, a movie, poster, something, but your brain captured that image, bro, because the brain cannot create new images. Right? So your brain is always working without even you noticing it. So you're telling me people are going to be able to control their brain when your brain is literally, working when people aren't even noticing. Your brain is running you, my boy, not the other way around. That's why I always say, when people say stuff, right, and the words that they choose to say, they say them for a reason, bro. Even if they're mad at the moment, whatever, they use those words and they use those examples for a reason, bro. People just don't say shit just to say things, right? They're never randomly said. Even if you want to say some random shit, you know, to yourself, right? Like you just say, throw some random words out there, right? If someone really truly knew you, they would know that those random words were probably words that you were going to choose to say if you were to say some random shit. That's how lie detectors, how you're lying by your brain activity when you lie. Well, see, lie detectors are not 100 with that though, right? Because lie detectors could be triggered by other things, right? Like you could be nervous at the situation, right? You're just not used to dealing with the pressure. So lie detectors are not fully 100, you know, in spotting in lies, right? When it comes to them, right? But I'll tell you how you're able to get something out of somebody, right? Like if you want to know the truth, just have conversations with them, right? Like, look, people think that cops are stupid and everything like that, bro. These fools go to school. They're educated for this very moment right here. They have been taught and went to the best schools and taught by the best minds in this world, right? For this moment, right? So they know what they're doing when they're asking you the questions and how they're asking you the questions. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why they interrogate you for like fucking 4 or 5 hours, bro, straight. They know how to get information out of people. They know that the person's going to slip, bro, by just having conversation. By you just sitting down and watching somebody and letting them explain stuff, it's going to tell you everything you need to know about that person, whether people want to choose to believe that or not. It'll tell you by just literally sitting there and just hearing this person, right? Not interrupting them. Let them tell their story because they're the ones that are going to bury themselves. Right? That's why it's important to get a lawyer, because when you get a lawyer, everything has to go through your lawyer now. You know, they don't have to talk to you directly, meaning the cops can't get your face expression, your reactions to the questions that they're asking, bro. You know, everything will go through the lawyer because if they have you right there, they can easily see if you're being deceiving and stuff like that, right? Because they'll get you on small talk, right? How was your day? Oh, do you like sports? And you're uplifting, like, oh, yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. They get you, you know, into the conversation. And then now they start asking, like, you know, questions about the crime or whatever. And then all of a sudden, your cool behavior just like it changes, or you get grouchy and everything. Their team is watching in the back, bro. They're gonna be like, you see how he was all happy right here, and as soon as we asked him about this, all of a sudden his shoulders dropped and he sat back and. Yeah, because now, you know, now he knows, okay, I got to fucking think about my lie right here. They're able to tell that you're being, you know, they can tell if you're trying to con them. That's why get yourself your lawyer. They have to go through your lawyer. They don't get to see all of that. They don't get to do all of that. They got to go through your lawyer. That's why it's the worst thing you can do is to try to talk yourself out of it. Those are narcissistic people. These motherfuckers think that they're that smart that they could pull a fast one on these fools. That they're that stupid. These fucking cops are stupid. They don't know shit. Bro, even watch some interviews where they interview serial killers, right? The serial killers were mind blown. And the reason why they asked for the interview for those detectives, they were mind blown how this detective was able to know how he did the crime, what he used, how exactly it happened when he wasn't there. And that's what fascinates, like, how the fuck did you know why I did it and how I did it when you weren't even there? And they're mind blown that these fools could piece the story how exactly it happened when they weren't there. Yeah, that's because fucking all the evidence shows, bro. Evidence is a real thing, bro. It tells the story. Your demeanor tells the story. That's how people are able to tell when somebody's lying without actually really being there, you know, alongside that individual. That's how they know when you're lying about shit. People don't have to be there, you know, with you. They're able to tell by just the evidence and by your overall character that you're bluffing right now. And you know what's funny? You don't have to go to school to see that. You don't have to go to school to know that. That's one of the things that has worked throughout history, bro. Manipulation. These individuals didn't know that they were using manipulation. They didn't know what manipulation was. All they knew that they knew if they act like this, they were able to get this and this out of people. So that's what they started doing. That's why a lot of these people thought that people had magical powers or were able to see the future, because they used their brain, right, to tell how certain scenarios happen and how to manipulate it, making it seem like they had some kind of psychic ability. That's the reason why people praise them as gods. when all they really were doing was just human behavior 101. It's fascinating, though. You know, manipulation has put a lot of people in power, but if you pay attention to all these people who have been seated in power by the act of manipulation, have all ended the same. They all have ended up getting killed by their people, and their empires were destroyed and burned to the ground. Because guess what? Manipulation, it's only a matter of time before people now see what you're doing. And, you know, and everything comes crashing down. Because you'll never get nothing good out of fucking tricking people, bro. Nothing good could come out of that, bro, at all. Facts. Like, you might make it. Like I said, some of them become kings and all that. You might make it, but it's only a matter of time. Enjoy that luxury, because it's on a ticking time bomb, and it's going to crash, bro. Because it always crashes. My evidence? Thousands of years of human history, bro. That's all the evidence you need to tell you that it's not good to lie and trick people, bro. And that all those stories end the same. All those fucking stories ended the same. All these dictators and rulers and people like that all ended the same, bro. You know? None of them fucking fools went out happy and with a bang, bro. Hitler, Napoleon, you know, Genghis, all of them, bro. LA doesn't get so. Serio, I'm glad we don't. For some other change, they need to realize they need to change. And I sit back and try every day. Yeah. There was this one time, the homie, does he regret getting jumped into the barrio? And he said, you know what? I don't have no regrets of being from my neighborhood either, bro. I'm going to tell you why, though. I have no regrets ever getting into my neighborhood. One, because I love my neighborhood. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not going to come on here and, you know, act like I don't or play the part like I don't, right? So I do love my neighborhood, right? But I love my neighborhood. It made me the person I am today, right? Like, you know, the person I am today was because of all the struggles that I went through in my life, right? Like, if I would have never gone through the struggles and all that, I wouldn't be able to see life how I see it now, right? And what really to cherish and what's really important, right? Sometimes people have to learn the hard way, right? You know what I mean? Because, you know, if I didn't, you know, live how I lived, I wouldn't be able to, you know, provide any, you know, how can I say, advice, you know, to individuals, right? Who's to say I wouldn't be cocky and be a part of the problem, right? Talking shit to these individuals and making the problem worse, right? Because I wouldn't even know, you know, from the other side, you know? Or what to, you know, what to look out for my kids don't become, you know, a part of the streets, right? So it at least, you know, showed me all that, right? Everything could teach you something, bro, even your mistakes, you know? Your mistakes could teach you something, right? Make you a better person. If you learn from your mistakes, it could only make you better, bro. So you should never be ashamed of you making mistakes, right? Because it's only going to make you better once you learn from those mistakes, right? It's going to make you a better person. It's when you don't learn from them that, you know, that you're fucking up. What do you believe what happens when you die in the science perspective? You just die. I believe that when you die, you just die. That's it. It's like there's nothing beyond that. And I know that that's terrifying to people to think that, you know, like the other one sounds more lovely, right? Like to think that if you just, you know, go to church and stuff like that, that when you die, you'll go to this magical kingdom and you're with all your loved ones, and that, you know, everything is like, you know, from there on forward is like nothing but jolly and goodness. And it sounds lovely, bro. It does, you know, like who wouldn't want that? You know what I mean? I understand why people want to believe in that. Trust me, I do. Because this one sounds horrible. Like when you die, there's nothing left after that. But the thing is that you lived your life, you know, like you already had everyone lives and dies, right? So you lived your life, you know, you know, you left your mark behind, right? You already experienced life already, right? And now it's just time to go, bro. You know, like nothing lasts forever. Like, and that's not to say that that's a bad thing, because you already have experienced life, right? You know, but a lot of people just don't want their lives to come to an end. They want to be able to think that they could live on forever. Because doesn't that sound lovely? People shouldn't fear death, right? If you live life, right? Even when you're asleep, your brain is, yeah, it's literally controlling everything, even when you're sleeping, right? Um, how you get good sleep and everything like that. It's in charge of that, not people. My mom just passed away. Hey, sorry to hear that, bro. I send you my condolence, homie. To you and your loved ones, because I know how vital and crucial moms are in the world. Do you think Lefty Gunplay will last being out, and will he get locked up? Violation soon? He's definitely making major moves. I don't want to, knock on wood or whatever. I don't want to, how could I say, jinx on somebody and shit like that, right? Or, to seem like I'm hating on an individual. I wish him nothing but the best, and I hope he does make it, right? But if you still carry yourself, a certain way, right? And, you make the moves that you make, recklessly, right? On some of your decisions, then you're only asking to get locked up, you know what I mean? And it's only gonna happen because, the chances of you cutting yourself on a piece of glass will be higher if you put yourself in the location where there's nothing but broken glass, right? So if you keep putting yourself in this scenario around people that do illegal activity and, are around, illegal shit, and you're doing illegal shit, right? And in the mix, then yeah, the chances of you getting arrested is going to be a lot higher than if you're, being, responsible. Because I could understand at that age, and you haven't been out that long. Yeah, you're gonna want to be out there in the mix, and that's why a lot of people keep getting violated, over and over. That's how it happened with me, right? You just want to be out, like you finally out. You want to be, out there doing things, bro. It's just that very few could get the opportunities that he has, because that is a blessing, bro. That is a blessing because not that many people could get to experience that or get that opportunity, right? And like I said, you don't have nothing to prove to nobody, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you already did your thing, so you don't got to be out there proving that you a G because you've been there, done that. You already did that, my boy. You don't got to prove it to nobody. So you don't have to keep being out there and putting yourself in those situations. The block's been knowing what you have done already. Let the ones that, have never put in no work, let them now earn their bones. You know what I mean? What are people going to say? That you never put in no work? That you never held it down for the hood? When you were locked up because of that? And it's going to come out of the mouths of someone that never, did anything? People can't question your credibility, bro, when you have credibility. And they got none. You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. But a lot of people, find it hard coming to, that concept, right? To the understanding of that concept. Yeah, bro, there's people, that they say that they ain't tripping, but you can tell on their face that they're irritated, right? People's body language will always tell the truth, bro. They won't be able to control that part of themselves. As much as they want to, they just can't. Unless you don't have any emotions, like I said. That's why psychopaths and sociopaths are so dangerous. Because you can't tell what's really going on in their fucking heads, bro. That's how they were able to kill so many people. You couldn't tell that this person was a fucking asshole or a weirdo, bro, because you can't read those kind of people. When you can't read somebody, those are the people you should be concerned about. Their face expressions don't give you nothing. They don't give you no, is he mad? Is he good? Like, you don't know what to think about this individual. And those are the ones that you should, like, really keep at a distance. And that's why sometimes, those kind of people that give off like weird vibes to individual, why they don't like to be around people like that. Because it's kind of like, it's eerie when somebody's giving you nothing, bro. It's like almost like they're staring right through you, like your soul, bro. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because, normally like I said, you interacting with people on every single day. People, you could read the languages, right? So when you come across an individual where you can't, it bothers you, right? Like you kind of get this kind of like sense of like, like I'm gonna keep my distance from this individual, right? Because we're so used to this that when something comes, out of the norm, you're not feeling comfortable with it. And those are the hardest ones to actually get information from them, right? That's why detectives get, that's why it's so hard to get these fools. Like they'll arrest them, but they'll let them go, right? Because it's hard to get anything out of these individuals because how they don't have any emotions. Like the cops aren't able to work with nothing, bro. They're just like, fuck, dude. Like, how are we gonna prove that this fool's guilty? He's not giving us nothing, Because we would be like, how come they don't just throw them in a case, bro? It's, how hard it is proving that the motherfucker did it, bro, when he's not giving you no emotions? It's hard coming across a person who will give you no emotions, bro. Because I don't give a fuck what anybody says, bro. Emotions are only for hyenas and that shit's stupid, bro. Us as humans, we're emotional creatures. We can't keep our emotions on check, bro. Especially men. Men are more emotional than females. That's the reason why men get mad and want to fight people and, and look to stand for themselves. They're looking to stand on their 2 feet, That macho thing, guess what that is? That's emotions. You're reacting like that because of emotions. Or when people want to, somebody says something about your woman, you're reacting of the jealousy and defense of your woman. That's emotions. So men are more emotional than women. People, when they think of emotions, they think emotions like when you're crying or something. Emotions is all of that, bro. Happy, joy, love, sad. That's all emotions. So men are emotional creatures. Well, humans in general, right? At the most, don't go. No, like when you're a detective, when they're like detectives and stuff like that, yeah, they go to school for that, bro. They go to school to educate themselves for that. Like criminal psychologists and stuff like that, bro. Profilers. Yeah, these people, they go to school for that, They have to take courses in order to become detectives. Like, like you get promoted and you have to take, you don't just get promoted and you're a detective, you know what I mean? You have to take a course now, and all of that, right? That's how they get, that's how, like, for example, let's say when they're robbing a bank, right? Or some shit like that, and they get the person to come and the negotiator, right? The hostage negotiator, right? That's why you just can't be any cop, They have to wait for this individual because this individual's trained for this. He's trained for this specific moment right here. He knows what to say and how to say it to get this individual to come out. Any other motherfucker wouldn't be able to say, what they think to get this individual to drop his weapon and to come out. This individual knows what to say. And that's how they're always, not always, but most of the time, able to get the individuals to come out and give up. They know what to say. Because that's a real thing. You have to educate yourself on that, bro. It's a real thing. You could literally have a conversation with somebody, bro, and literally get that individual to finally understand by just talking. But people don't want to do that. They're like, fuck that. They want to be able to express their frustration and talk shit to these individuals or handle it with violence. But that's not going to fix the problems. You will never, and I mean ever, fix a problem or change somebody's opinion by talking shit to them or coming to them aggressively. So if you want to change the way these individuals behave or how they live, or maybe you have a loved one who's a gang member and stuff like that, maybe instead of being, you're a fucking idiot, you're stupid, sit down and have a conversation with that individual if you really want him to listen to what you got to say. Because when you come with insults and you come aggressively, you will never get peace and you will get nobody to ever see it from your perspective. And you will fix no problems. And as a matter of fact, it's only going to make it worse. Like when countries are looking to end their beef and everything, you think they're going to come to the table and be like, you fucking Russians are stupid and fucking... And the Russians are going to be like, okay, yeah, you're right. Let's see. And the war ends. No, it's not how it happens. You got to come with respect. Come calmly, collective, and have conversations. That's the only way to fix problems. Because you come in calling people names and shit like that, bro, and expecting these fools to be like, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to stop what I'm doing. And it's never going to happen. The only reason why people do that is just to satisfy their frustration, right? It makes me feel better if I just talk shit to this individual. So it's not about this individual changing his way, or you're looking to help society and fixing the problem. You're looking to just release your frustration. You're looking just to satisfy your feelings and think that somehow you're a productive, person of society and a good Samaritan. Like what you're doing is not just as bad as that, or you're helping the problem, and not actually making the problem worse. People want to justify, their actions. Truth of the matter is, then they're not helping the problem. They're making it worse, if anything. You're aggravating people. What do people do when they get aggravated? They do stupid shit. So then they go out and they do something stupid. Congratulations. You helped make that happen. No, cops aren't detectives. No, you get promoted. Yeah, they have the cases. The cops are just the ones that handle the thing like that. But they are cops, though. Detectives. But they're still cops. They're still law enforcement, I guess you could say, right? But yeah. Right, like the cops get promoted to be detectives. Because in order to be a detective, you have had to have some experience in the field, right? And you had to be a police officer first in order to become a detective. 1 year at least. 1 year at least, and you get promoted. I know this because my daughter, she wants to be a FBI forensic analyst, right? So that's what she's going to college for. So, she'd be taking courses and all that and stuff like that, right? So obviously she'd be telling me about her classes and her, and stuff like that, right? It's interesting too, right? Because they have a structure in how it's built too, People only defend Wes Watson because of his money, bro. Like I said, the image. They only go based off of the image. A lot of people do that, bro. A lot of people base their opinions on people just on the looks of shit. When you already know, don't ever judge a book by its cover. The reason why that saying is so good and it's been around for so long is because it's true. But still, yeah, society still, Yeah, true. Can you say I like turtles? I like turtles. Why, you don't like turtles? I like turtles. Ninja Turtles? Do you support the LGBT? I personally don't care about who people sleep with, bro. So I don't care what somebody does with their life, bro. That's not me. That's them. Whoever the fuck they want to sleep with is none of my business. I don't give a fuck about what they want to do with their life and how they want to live their life. I don't care. Now, I would appreciate if they didn't try to, throw that, or try to get me to side with them or to teach this to my kids, who don't need to know, nothing about, sexual shit like that in elementary, right? Or I believe that it shouldn't be in cartoons and shoved down people's throats, right? Like if you want to be this and that and sleep with whoever, fuck it, bro. You're entitled to go marry whoever you want to be, whatever the fuck you want to be. I don't care. I don't care what people want to do with their lives and who they want to sleep with, bro. As long as not me, bro. Like I said, I can only control what I do with my life. I can't control and enforce people to live their life how I want them to live it. I can only worry about me and mine's, not to worry about anybody else's. You know what I mean? So, in all true reality, I never think about the subject because I don't care what people do with their lives. You know what I mean? They could do whatever they want. They want to be gay, lesbian, whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's not going to affect me in my life, so. So I don't give a fuck what they do with themselves. Straight, gay, I don't care. As long as, they don't disrespect me and, step out of line, with me, then it's all good, dog. I got no issues. As long as people respect, I don't give a fuck what they do with themselves. Yeah, serial killers are very unpredictable. They follow no structure, no law. They will do what they do. Can I tell you a story? Shoot it. What's the story? A gang member's sheer purpose is only to fuck with other gang members. That's the only thing that they do and why they do what they do. To smoke other gang members, bro. Because you get nothing by picking on civilians or anything like that, bro. Their job is to smash on each other. That's the only thing that they live for and drive for. Do you like Star Wars? Star Wars is all right. I'm not gonna say I'm a big fan of Star Wars. It's cool. It's cool. I'm more like a Marvel DC type person, than a Star Wars type person. But yeah, I know Star Wars. I know they get down on Star Wars. But not to say I'm like a fan, right? Because even their movies, I kind of really, wasn't really, invested all that much in their movies, right? But they're cool. You believe he's a police informant? I don't know, my boy. I know who he is, but he could be. He could be anything. He could be the Joe Biden for all we know. But I can't come on here and say like that's factual evidence, right? There's nothing that says that, right? Because it literally could be Donald Trump. For all we know, it's probably Obama. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get back to it. We got to get back to the jale. Ya hasta me pasé. We out.